Hello there, welcome to our channel Trendy Movie Recap. Our channel gives you movie briefs while capturing the moral of the movie storyline. Please subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell to be notified every time we post a video in future.
This is the recap of the movie titled Nobody. Spoilers ahead. The movie starts with a scene where a man is being interrogated. The man's face is having fresh wounds and his clothes are full blood stains. The man feeds his cat, and when the interrogators ask him who he is, he tells them that he is nobody. We see the man at home with his family. He is a good family man and has routine for his life from Monday to Sunday. He always takes a bus to work, returns home, does some jogging and goes to bed. One night when he is sleeping, he hears some noises in the house. He goes to take a check out what is happening. He opens his daughter's room and finds her sound asleep. He opens his son's room and he is in bed but not asleep. He goes downstairs and sees some intruders in the house. He picks up a golf club, and as he starts to dial 911, the intruders point a gun at him and ask him to give them money. One of them pockets the money that she finds on the table. He tells them he uses credit card and he has no other money. They take his watch and he refuses to give his wedding ring. His son jumps from down upstairs and holds one of the intruders tightly by the neck. The one holding the gun points the gun at him, but he doesn't release him. His father has a chance to hit the one with the gun, but does not do so. He instead tells his son to release the intruder. The intruder punches the boy on the face when he is released. The police come by later and interrogates them on how the incidents happened. The following day he goes to work as usual. He works at his father-in-law's place. He is called Hutch. His brother-in-law asks him about the incidents, and he gives him a gun to use next time he is attacked. His father-in-law tells him he acted wisely and avoided casualties. They discuss with his father-in-law on his earlier proposal of buying the father-in-law's building. His father-in-law tells him he would sell it to him if he gives a good offer. After work, Hutch takes a bus and goes to see his ailing father. He cooks for him, and they eat together. He arrives home, and his daughter can't find her bracelet. She tells his father that the thieves might have stolen it together with the money. This makes him feel so bad, and he decides to go get her daughter's bracelet from the thieves. He goes to his father's house and picks his expired FBI badge and some cash. He had seen a tattoo on one of the thieves' hand. Hutch goes to several tattoo-making salons. He flashes FBI card and shows them tattoo. Finally, he gets to a salon and is directed to the residence of the only customer with such tattoo. Hutch enters the thieves' house and hits one. The thief puts his gun on his head and asks for the bracelet and the watch. The lady removes the watch and gives it to him. Hutch asks for the bracelet, but the man swears they don't have it. He hears a baby crying. He goes to the baby's room, looks at the crying baby and feels sorry for the family. He leaves them alone. While on a bus home, some drunk guys stop the bus. The bus has 3 customers, 2 men and a young lady. They Hutch and the other guy to leave the bus, and they surround the lady. Hutch tells the bus driver to leave and takes her phone. He closes the bus's door and the 5 men laugh at him. He pulls out his gun, remove the bullets and throw the gun to the floor. He tells them that he is going to fuck them up. A serious fight ensues. They stab him, but he keeps fighting. One of them throw him out of the bus through the window. Hutch stands up after a while and goes back into the bus. He tells the girl to run, and she leaves fast. He beats them up, badly injuring each of them with a knife. Hutch notices that one of them is not breathing, and he cuts his throat and puts a straw so that he can breathe. He hands back the phone to the bus driver and leaves the scene. Back at his home, his wife stitches up the wounds, and they go to bed. We see a Jeep being driven carelessly, and after it stops a man. Yulian alights and crosses the road carelessly. He enters Malina Club, swallows a glass of whiskey and sniffs some drugs. He goes directly to the podium and dances very well. He also takes the microphone from the lady who is singing and sings very well, and the people applaud him. He is the owner of the club. He joins his business associates and one asks him what he is doing with a black security man. He tells them that his complexion may be different from theirs, but he is also a Russian like them. One of them says that he does not make a good security man, and that he does not show confidence. Yulian gets annoyed, breaks his wine glass and uses it to smack the face of a man he picks. He also cuts his throat, killing him instantly. One of his associate tells him he just killed a man who owns 3% of his company, Obshak. He feels bad for his action. Yulian receives a call, and he is told his younger brother is fighting for his life at the hospital. He goes to see him. He finds him in critical condition. He picks a chair and mercilessly beats one of his brother's friends who is in a separate hospital room. Yulian demands to know from him who did this to his brother. He tells him it was one man who beat all the 5 of them. Yulian doesn't believe him and beats him more. He asks them how he can find this man who beat them. One of them gives him the credit card of the man who had beaten them. He had found it in the bus during the fight. Meanwhile, Hutch is back to his routine family life. He receives a call from his friend who tells him that one of the people he beat up was Yulian's brother. He meets his friend at the barber shop and inquiries about Yulian. He is told that Yulian is a bad guy with lots of money money. Julian assigns some people to get details of the man who beat his brother. Using his credit card, they dig deep into the computers and they finally get his details. Julian calls his men and tells them to bring Hutch to him alive. Hutch and his family are taking dinner in the house. He sees some vehicles entering his compound. He tells his family to move to the basement. He closes the basement door and tells the wife not to call 911 and puts off all the lights. Julian's men shoot the door open. He kills them one by one under the cover of darkness. One of the Julian's men tasers him, and he is immobilized. They put him in their car trunk. While on the road, Hutch becomes conscious and uses fire extinguisher to choke them with the fumes. The car loses control, hits a pole, and overturns. Hutch manages to get out of the trunk. Julian's men die in the car and Hutch goes back home. Bodies of Julian's men are everywhere, and the house is in a mess. He opens the basement door and leads his family to the garage, closing his daughter's eyes not to see the dead bodies. The wife tells him that she will be back after dropping the children in a safe place. Hutch puts all the bodies on a coach. Some of them are not yet dead, and he plays his best music for them as he takes some whiskey. He tells them some stories and then burns down the house. Meanwhile, two of Julian's men go to the nursing home and finds Hutch's father. They find him deep asleep on a coach. One of the men puts away his gun while the other puts his on the old man's face. He twists the gun away from his face and shoots the thieves with his shotgun. The nurse comes to the room running after hearing the shots. He thinks the shots were from the TV and tells the old man to reduce the TV volume. Hutch takes a lot of gold bars to his father-in-law and buys his house. Julian is watching TV and news of the accident that killed all the occupants is broadcasted. He receives a call from one of his men telling him that the old man killed his two men. Meanwhile, Hutch renovates the building he bought. He builds it as a battleground, putting bombs and traps here and there. He gets an arsenal of lethal guns. He goes to Julian's company, Obshak, where money is printed. He kills everybody and burns the factory and all the money. He goes to Julian's hotel where he is having a big show. Julian sees Hutch sitting alone among the other guests. He goes to his table. Hutch tells him he had come for the show. Julian and his men laugh. Hutch uncovers a bomb that he has on the table. He tells Julian to tell his people to leave the two of them alone. Julian tells his men to leave, and he grabs a sit. Hutch tells him that he has burnt down the Obshak and everything else he has. He shows him a bunch of burnt money. Julian gets devastated and Hutch leaves holding his bomb. He enters his car and Julian and his men chase him while shooting at him. They follow him up to the building where he has prepared a battleground. His old father, a retired FBI agent, and Hutch's friend are already there. The three of them fight Julian's men and kills them all. Hutch kills Julian with a bomb. He tells his father and the friend to leave the battleground. He finds his cat, and as he gets its food, he is arrested and taken for interrogation. At the interrogation table, he removes his cat from his inner jacket pocket and feeds it. The detectives ask him who he is and tells them he is nobody. Please subscribe to our channel for more of such videos, share our videos, and leave a comment on the comment section.